where in Dubai is the most value, and the only way to do that is by putting yourself out there and meeting people. So that's how the 1,000 Coffees Challenge was born. People feel uncomfortable to post online, and I definitely do as well at times, but if you don't, you miss those opportunities. I think we said in a comment before that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't shoot for.
Oh, true. Tech Tuesday, maybe you want to share a little bit.
Yeah, so I actually found Tech Tuesday through one of the 1,000 coffees.
For those who don't know you yet, who are you and what are you building in Dubai?
So my name's Corey. I'm brand new to Dubai, and currently I'm trying to build my personal brand and make a network within Dubai. We also are building a creator marketplace that helps creators market, monetize, and push their platforms. So that is what I'm currently building here.
Okay, and you said you're fairly new, so how long are you in Dubai?
So today marks 3 weeks. So
completely newbie. Yeah, I have to admit, that was one of the reasons I invited you, because I have had so many great podcast guests who are in Dubai since many years. And I also remember when I came to Dubai, I had a slightly different impression about the city than compared to even right now. So I thought it would be just super beneficial for anyone thinking about coming to Dubai, how those first weeks would maybe feel like. But also tell us, you had companies before you moved to Dubai, right?
Yeah,
so maybe you want to share a little bit about that, so about your background. And
so my background is in insurance. So from a young age, I started in the corporate world. Then it came to COVID and I decided that I couldn't work from home. I really didn't enjoy it. I'm a people person. I love being out there in the mix and just talking to people. So I decided to go in sort of down the entrepreneurial journey. And I actually started in food trucks. So we had food trucks and it was selling wraps. So we built this up into a business, become viral on social media. And then we sold that business and moved into an American deli, which again built up, and we sold that business, which we then pivoted into barbershops, beauticians, reformer Pilates, and yoga. So more of the health and wellness space. So gone from selling people unhealthy foods to bringing them back into more of the health and wellness. So those latter businesses are still running in the UK. Luckily now they're running without the need for us as operators, which feels really lovely. So it's given me the opportunity to be able to come out here and really look for that next project. So that's what I'm doing here in Dubai now.
Wonderful, great. And I know you have a very, I would say, unique networking strategy. So maybe you want to tell us. So one of them is 1,000 coffees. So tell us about this.
Yeah, so when I come to Dubai, I decided that I needed to meet new people. Now, we're in an age where social media is massive and LinkedIn is one of those places where a lot of these people hang out. Now, I found out that a lot of people try out reaching on LinkedIn and probably don't break through quite well. So I tried a bit of a different strategy where I started a series of 1,000 coffees. I'm on coffee number 56 at the moment in 3 weeks.
Okay,
so it's a lot of coffee and a lot of caffeine.
You're very awake.
Yeah, very awake all the time. The sleep hasn't been great, but the conversations have been amazing. So what I did is I popped out on LinkedIn that I'm trying to hit 1,000 coffees by the end of the year. And what I'm doing in those coffees is really finding out what the people do, where I could potentially add value, if any, but if not, what can I learn about Dubai? And I think that was where I wanted to start, was finding out where in Dubai is the most value. And the only way to do that is by putting yourself out there and meeting people. So that's how the 1,000 Coffees Challenge was born.
Amazing, wonderful. And today is one of them. So
today is another
which
one.
number is today?
So this would actually be 57.
57, lucky number 57.
Exactly.
I didn't know that, but great,
Yeah,
wonderful. And then you also mentioned, so we follow each other on LinkedIn, that's also where we found each other. You also mentioned one of the events, networking events, is something you're a big fan of, Tech Tuesday. Maybe you want to share a little bit how you found that event and what's the value?
Yeah, so I actually found Tech Tuesday through one of the 1,000 coffees. So I went and met with a founder and they said, look, you've got to come down to this event. Lots of fantastic people come. So I got myself all dressed up, dolled up, and I went down to Tech Tuesday at the Dubai Opera, and it was their 100th birthday anniversary.
Amazing.
And it was an absolutely fantastic event. The amount of people concentrated in one room that are all building either something fantastic or are within a space of looking to grow and build was just something that I'd never seen before. And actually what had happened, although I made loads of great connections at the event, it was post-event that really made the difference. So I popped out a little LinkedIn post saying, thank you so much for Tech Tuesday. Like it was a great event. After that, my DMs were flooded. Lovely to see you. Amazing. Great, let's connect, etc. So a big majority of the now 57 coffees have actually come off of the back of that one event. So I think putting yourself in those rooms in Dubai is such an important thing. A lot of people don't really put themselves out there too much. So definitely going to events like that it's the difference between meeting people and not.
True. Yeah, and also posting afterwards about the good experience.
Yeah, definitely.
Really
I think that's one thing. People feel uncomfortable to post online, and I definitely do as well at times. But if you don't, you miss those opportunities. I think we said in a comment before that you miss 100% of the shots that you don't shoot for.
True.
And I have that in my brain at all times. If I don't put it out there, what's the worst that can happen? Someone might look at it and go, oh, that's not a great post, or something good can come from it.
Absolutely, 100%. So I also just very recently started posting on LinkedIn, and same experience. I'm so lucky, our paths already crossed so early. That's really great. So are there any other great networking strategies?
Of course. So
any hacks, any secrets?
The biggest thing I found on LinkedIn is it's so concentrated with a lot of AI posts, a lot of AI outreach as well. So people are starting to lose the value in DM outreach. So instead what I do is I like to do a voice message so that I prove it's not AI, it's myself. And I think people take that as, one, you're showing initiative, and two, you're actually spending some time rather than just copy and pasting a message. So I send a quick 15, 16, 17 second voice note, definitely not minutes, just saying, hey, I'm Corey. I talk about the 1,000 Coffee Challenge. I'd love to meet up with you and have a bit of a chat. And the conversion off the back of that versus cold outreach just via message has been so much better. So yeah, if anyone listening wants a way of actually getting people to reply to them on LinkedIn, just use voice message. It's one of these things that we've had for so long that kind of just gets pushed to the side. So using one of those tools, it's just great, so much easier.
Great, such a great tip. I don't think you sent me a voice note.
Did I not?
That's okay, no, but I think I reached out to you. So for us, it was the other way around. So I actually used the strategy of commenting on somebody else's post first. So 100%. I really like when people, share something and I have the opportunity to enter that space, and then usually even a connection afterwards is also way more likely to happen.
I think if you're just sitting there spamming the connect button, you're probably not going to get too far. You might, but you're probably not going to get too far. It's actually about, like you say, can you add value? Can you bring something to the conversation? And then that way people come to you rather than the other way around, which is always a better place.
True, which is a perfect segue into the next question or next theme I'm having, which was actually about the reason you popped up on my feed was because I'm kind of looking and talking about a lot of Dubai government programs. And I saw a post where you were hanging out in the Dubai Founders HQ co-working space, which is the 25
hours.
Hotel. I was like, that's interesting. And then as part of your post, you were actually asking what are other interesting areas to explore. So I commented with some insights from my podcast, hey, in 5 and 2, 3 others. And that's how we connected. So maybe you can share with us what are the government programs you have explored so far and which are maybe on the top 3, if you want to rank them?
We'll go straight into a ranking. So I would say top 3, 1 being DFHQ, probably because I've spent the most time there. That might be a bit biased.
That's okay. That's okay.
In 5 were absolutely fantastic. And then I spoke to Astrolabs as well, which also seemed really, really good. DFHQ, I think the concentration of people in one space working is absolutely outstanding. It's also a beautiful space as well. So it's really quite invigorating whilst you're in there. The others I've only ever met online, so I haven't had a chance to actually go into their spaces. But again, the programs sound absolutely amazing. I think if someone's looking to come to Dubai and build something, especially with a UAE company, looking at one of these government-backed programs is such a fantastic way to start. I think Dubai can be so overwhelming. And one thing I've learned, you could speak to 5 different people and get 5 different answers. So I think finding one that really resonates you, like for me, DFHQ at the moment is a great place for me to go and work. And actually spending some time meeting the people that are there and seeing if you fit and find your community, I think that's definitely the best place to find it. So I'd look at all of them rather than just looking at one, because something might have a bit of a different angle that suits your business a bit more.
True. Yeah, agree. And are you exploring any other
programs
so I've actually, still on your list?
I've got coffees with quite a few next week. As I said, I want to try and, before I dial in and find out where I sit in Dubai, I want to explore as much as possible. So I think I've got 5 more with different programs as well, some government and some not.
Great. That actually qualifies you to come back to the Dubai Builder podcast and tell us maybe in 3 months. Again, like how has the journey evolved? If you're up for it, that would be amazing. Wonderful. So then we would come to the community question.
Let's do it.
I know you're a little nervous about this. Are you excited?
No, I'm nervous and excited.
Okay, good. So we had 3 questions up today in the morning, and we had the community to vote which question you should answer. And the question is, what is the hardest decision you have made in your life so far?
Okay. I can think of a few, but I'll probably go with the most recent, which was around about 5 weeks ago when I decided to move to Dubai. So obviously I've got a great life back home. All of my family and friends are there. However, I sort of started becoming comfortable. And I think one of the big things I believe in is to grow, you have to be in uncomfortable positions. Otherwise, you're never going to change. So I think the hardest decision in recent time was making the move to Dubai, especially with what's gone on recently here and the way that the economy could potentially go. It was more of a challenge than if not. So it took me quite a while to gain the courage to just jump on the plane and come, because I didn't know what was waiting for me on the other side. As we've said and spoken in the past, is I came here knowing pretty much no one, with no direct plan. I think a lot of people will come to a city with, I'm building X, Y, and Z, and I need to meet X, Y, and Z. Whereas I come with none of that. I came with an open heart and just wanted to meet people and learn about things. So I think that's been really mentally challenging. So yeah, I'd say that's definitely been the hardest thing that I've done in recent times. But if anyone is thinking of doing something, in the words of Nike, just do it. Genuinely. Because as we said before, if it gets to a week time and I can't be in Dubai anymore and don't want to stay, I would never regret the decision and the people that I've met. So at any time, I think this is the biggest learning from this piece is, if I ever have an idea of going and trying something new, I'm never going to say no now. I think this has really concreted that for me.
True, that's great advice. So anyone who's thinking of coming to Dubai or starting that business, starting social media, whatever it is, just go for it. You can always go back, right? 100%. If it's not for you. Yeah, you should at least give it a fair shot.
Yeah, exactly that.
Amazing. Wonderful. So those are like my questions. Do you have any bonus insights as a Dubai newbie before we wrap up?
I think one of the biggest things in Dubai is putting yourself in places. There are so many things going on, and my advice would be just to try as many of them as possible. There are so many things to see, so many beautiful views and all of these sorts of things, but also there are so many smaller communities. You've told me you have a book club. I love reading. Like, as long as you speak to people and ask the right questions, you can find out so much about Dubai. So as long as you're putting yourself in those rooms, that's the biggest piece of insight I can give. I wouldn't have met, seen and done the amount of people I have in 3 short weeks if I wasn't out there and proactively putting myself out there. Regardless of how uncomfortable it makes you feel, you've just got to do it.
Yes, wonderful, amazing. So how can people learn more about you and your upcoming projects?
Yeah, so on all social media, it's Mr. Corey Lower, MrCoreyLower.
We put the link below.
And I post every day across all of them about what I'm doing, what's going well, what's not, and just the exciting things that are coming up. So yeah, if people want to see more.
So that would be then LinkedIn,
Instagram, TikTok, X, Snapchat, all of the social media.
Everywhere.
And that's one thing I've learned. You have to, the same as putting yourselves in rooms, you have to be on all of these platforms because people are in different areas.
That is true. That's wonderful. Great. We close things here with the high five and the coffee afterwards.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining, and then see you again in the next season or maybe the following season whenever you're ready.
Sounds good to me. Awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.